गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स। मैं डॉक्टर अमित स्वर्णकार आज आप लोग के सामने फिजियोलॉजी ऑफ ब्लड चौथा भाग प्रस्तुत करने जा रहा हूं। तो चलिए पहले हम लोग कंटेंट्स डिस्कस कर लें कि आज हम लोग का कंटेंट्स क्या क्या रहेगा। तो आज हम लोग का कंटेंट्स रहेगा रिगार्डिंग फॉर्मेशन ऑफ हेमोग्लोबिन। हेमोग्लोबिन का बॉडी में फॉर्मेशन कैसे हो रहा है बा कैसे तैयारी होती है हेमोग्लोबिन का। फिर हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे रिगार्डिंग द आयरन मेटाबॉलिज्म। आयरन मेटाबॉलिज्म ह्यूमन बॉडी में आयरन मेटाबॉलिज्म किस तरह से होता है उसके ऊपर हम लोग डिटेल्स में डिस्कस करेंगे। फिर हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे रिगार्डिंग द ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड स्टोरेज ऑफ आयरन। आयरन एक बॉडी का एक जगह से दूसरे जगह तक कैसे ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है और कहाँ कहाँ स्टोरेज होता है, कहाँ कहाँ बॉडी में किस किस जगह पे आयरन का स्टोरेज होता है। और फिर चौथा पॉइंट हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे रिगार्डिंग एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ आयरन फ्रॉम द इंटेस्टाइन। इंटेस्टाइन से आयरन किस तरह से बॉडी में एब्जॉर्ब होता है। फिर हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे रिगार्डिंग द लाइफ स्पेन ऑफ आरबीसी दैट इज अबाउट 120 डेज। इसके ऊपर हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। फिर सिक्स्थ पार्ट हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे, सिक्स्थ पॉइंट दैट इज हेमोग्लोबिन का डिस्ट्रक्शन कैसे होता है। सो लेट्स बिगिन। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम लोग देखते हैं कि सिंथेसिस ऑफ हेमोग्लोबिन किस तरह से बॉडी में स्टार्ट होता है। सिंथेसिस ऑफ हेमोग्लोबिन किस तरह से होता है। सो सिंथेसिस ऑफ हेमोग्लोबिन ये क्या होता है, इट स्टार्ट्स इन द प्रो एरिथ्रोब्लास्ट स्टेज एंड कंटिन्यूज टिल द रेटिकुलोसाइट स्टेज ऑफ द आरबीसी। पहले हम लोग जो एरिथ्रोसाइट्स डेवलपमेंट में हम लोग ये ऑलरेडी मेरे पिछले वीडियो में ऑलरेडी हम लोग डिस्कस कर चुके हैं। अगर आप लोग को अभी क्लियर नहीं है तो मेरे पिछले वीडियो में जाके आप लोग ये चीज को स्टेप वाइज समझ सकते हैं। आज मैं इसके ऊपर डिटेल्स में डिस्कस नहीं करूंगा। सिंपली क्या होता है कि हेमोग्लोबिन का सिंथेसिस प्रो एरिथ्रोब्लास्ट स्टेज से ही शुरुआत होती है एंड कंटिन्यूज टिल द रेटिकुलोसाइट स्टेज। रेटिकुलोसाइट जब बोन मेरो से व्हेन दे लीव द बोन मेरो एंड passes to the bloodstream, and till that time minute quantity of hemoglobin they keeps on producing until and unless they become a mature erythroblast. Let's now discuss regarding the stepwise formation of hemoglobin. So अभी हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कि हेमोग्लोबिन किस तरह से स्टेप वाइज डिस्कस करेंगे कि हेमोग्लोबिन की तैयारी बॉडी में कैसे होती है। So, in this regard, acetyl CoA is produced is synthesized during the Krebs cycle. So, Krebs cycle के बारे में मैं यहाँ डिस्कस नहीं करूँगा। So, acetyl CoA is is synthesized from the Krebs cycle and it combines with glycine to form a पैरल मॉलिक्यूल। ये जो एसिटाइल सीओ है, ये सीओए है, ये ग्लाइसिन के साथ कंबाइन करता है। कंबाइन करने के बाद ये पैरल मॉलिक्यूल प्रोड्यूस करता है टू फॉर्म पैरल मॉलिक्यूल्स। तो चार प्रकार का पैरल मॉलिक्यूल्स, 4 पैरल मॉलिक्यूल्स कंबाइन टू फॉर्म प्रोटोपोर्फायरिन 9। प्रोटोपोर्फायरिन 9, 4 पैरल मॉलिक्यूल्स combine together to form protoporphyrin 9, and this protoporphyrin 9 combine with iron to form a heme molecule. So acetyl CoA that is synthesized during the Krebs cycle, it combines with glycine. ये glycine के साथ combine करता है to form पैरल molecules. 4 पैरल molecules combine together to form protoporphyrin 9, and protoporphyrin 9 combined with iron to produce heme molecule. Okay, this part is clear now. Now each heme molecule combined with a long polypeptide chain. Each heme molecule combined with a long polypeptide chain, and that polypeptide chain, that is a globin, which is synthesized from the ribosomes, and they combine together to form a subunit of hemoglobin, and that is known as hemoglobin chain. So what we came to know that that acetyl CoA that is synthesized during the Krebs cycle, it combines with glycine to form pyrrole molecules, and 4 pyrrole molecules they combine to form protoporphyrin 9, and protoporphyrin 9 they combine with Rn to produce a heme molecule, and each heme molecule combines with a polypeptide chain, that is globin, which is synthesized from the ribosomes, to produce a subunit of hemoglobin known as hemoglobin chain, and each chain has a molecular weight of 16,000, and four of these chain combine together to produce a complete hemoglobin molecule. Okay, now depending upon the each chain has a depending upon the amino acid composition of the polypeptide, there are slight variations in the different kinds of hemoglobin chain. The different types of hemoglobin chains are alpha, beta, delta and gamma. The most common hemoglobin chain, that is the most common form of hemoglobin in the adult human being is hemoglobin A, and it is produced by the combination of 2 alpha and 2 beta chains. Okay, and this hemoglobin A molecule has a molecular weight of 64,458. Okay, so what we came to know, that depending upon the amino acid composition of the polypeptide, there is always a slight variations in the hemoglobin chain. So different types of hemoglobin chains are alpha, beta, gamma and delta chains. The common form of hemoglobin that is present in the human being is hemoglobin A, and it is a combination of 2 alpha and 2 beta chains, and has a molecular weight of 64,458, and each hemoglobin chain contains heme as a prosthetic group. Okay, each hemoglobin chain contains heme as a prosthetic group having 1 iron atom, and 4 hemoglobin chains are present in 1 complete hemoglobin molecules. 4 hemoglobin chains are present in 1 hemoglobin molecule. Therefore, 1 molecule of hemoglobin finds 4 iron atoms. Okay, 4 iron atoms, and each hemoglobin combines with 1 molecule of oxygen. Therefore, 4 molecule of oxygen can be transported by 1 hemoglobin molecule. फिर से हम लोग इस चीज को अच्छी तरह से समझ लें कि जो हेमोग्लोबिन मतलब ईच हेमोग्लोबिन जो हेमोग्लोबिन चेन है उसमें वो लोग हीम एज अ प्रोस्थेटिक ग्रुप रखते हैं, कंटेन्स हीम एज अ प्रोस्थेटिक ग्रुप, एंड उस प्रोस्थेटिक ग्रुप में 1 आयरन एटम रहता है, और 4 हेमोग्लोबिन चेन मिलके एक हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. देयरफॉर 1 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ हेमोग्लोबिन जो प्रोड्यूस होता है उसमें क्या होगा, 4 प्रकार का आयरन एटम मिलेगा, क्योंकि जो हर एक प्रकार का जो चेन है ना, जो हेमोग्लोबिन चेन है उसमें एक आयरन एटम रहता है, और 4 टाइप्स ऑफ चेन दे कंबाइन टुगेदर टू फॉर्म 1 हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल. मतलब इसमें क्या हुआ कि 4 प्रकार का चेन एक हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल प्रोड्यूस करता है. तो हर एक हेमोग्लोबिन चेन में एक आयरन एटम है, मतलब 4 आयरन एटम एक हेमोग्लोबिन में, हेमोग्लोबिन पूरा जो हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल है उसमें 4 प्रकार का आयरन एटम रहेगा, क्योंकि हेमोग्लोबिन जो हर एक हेमोग्लोबिन चेन है उसमें एक प्रकार का आयरन एटम रहता है. तो ईच हेमोग्लोबिन कॉम्बाइंस विथ, और जो हेमोग्लोबिन जो है वो 1 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन के साथ कॉम्बिनेशन करता है. देयरफॉर 4 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन कैन बी ट्रांसपोर्टेड बाय 1 मॉलिक्यूल, द होल हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल, कैन बी ट्रांसपोर्टेड बाय 1 हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल. कारण जो हेमोग्लोबिन जो हर एक प्रकार का हेमोग्लोबिन चेन है वो एक ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल के साथ कंबाइन करता है. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो कंप्लीट हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल है जिसमें 4 प्रकार का हेमोग्लोबिन चेन रहता है, वो 4 मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन वो ट्रांसपोर्ट करता है बॉडी में। कारण क्यों? कारण हर एक चेन में एक मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन रहता है। वो लोग एक जो हेमोग्लोबिन चेन है वो 1 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन के साथ कंबाइन करता है। इसीलिए जो होल हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल है उसमें 4 प्रकार का हेमोग्लोबिन चेन रहता है। तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि एक जो पूरा हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल है वो 4 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन को बॉडी में ट्रांसपोर्ट कर सकता है। ठीक है। सो जो क्या है, लेट्स गो द टाइप ऑफ हेमोग्लोबिन चेन। द टाइप ऑफ हेमोग्लोबिन चेन जो हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल में रहता है डिटरमाइंस द एफिनिटी of hemoglobin for oxygen. It determines the affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen. अच्छा, in sickle cell anemia, the amino acid valine is substituted for glutamic acid at one point of the 2 beta chains, and when exposed to low oxygen concentration, it forms crystals inside the RBC, and some crystals are 15 micrometers in length and make them impossible to pass through the capillaries. Then as a result, what happened? Rupture of cell membrane occurs, leading to development of sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia. Let's now discuss regarding the metabolism of iron and how the iron is metabolized inside the human body. Iron is an essential factor for the formation of hemoglobin and other essential components such as myoglobin, cytochrome oxidase, peroxidase, and catalase. Iron is a essential factor for the formation of hemoglobin and other essential components. Other essential components such as myoglobin, cytochrome oxidase, then cytochromes, peroxidase, and catalase. The total quantity of iron in the human body is 4 to 5 grams. 65% is in the form of hemoglobin, 4% is in the form of myoglobin, 1% is in the form of heme compounds that promotes intracellular oxidation, and 0.1% combined with protein transferrin in the blood plasma, and 15 to 30% is stored in the reticular endothelial system and liver parenchymal system in the form of ferritin. Let's now discuss regarding the in the next topic, that is transport and storage of iron. How the iron is transported and how it is stored in the human body. When the iron is absorbed from the small intestine, it immediately combines with the beta globulin, and that beta globulin is apotransferrin, and they form transferrin. The bonding of iron with transferrin is very loose, and therefore it can be released into the tissues at any point of time, and excess of iron is stored in the liver hepatocytes and less in the reticular endothelial cells of the bone marrow. So, in the cell cytoplasm, the iron combines with a type of protein known as apoferritin to form ferritin. The molecular weight of apoferritin is 4,16,60,000. Varying quantities of iron in the form of iron radicals can combine with apoferritin. Hence, the ferritin may have large or small amount of iron. The iron stored in the ferritin is known as storage pool, or it is known as storage pool, or it can be is called storage iron. Small quantity of iron. It is seen that small quantity of iron in the storage pool is in an extremely insoluble form, and that extremely insoluble form of iron is known as hemosiderin. Hemosiderin collects in the cells in the form of large clusters, and they can be seen under microscope. But ferritin particles are small and dispersed, and are usually seen in cell cytoplasm with the help of electron microscope. So it can be seen with the help of electron microscope. Acha, when the quantity of iron in the blood plasma drops down, मतलब जब ब्लड प्लाज्मा में आयरन का जब कमी होता है, देन क्या होता है कि सम ऑफ द आयरन इट इज रिमूव फ्रॉम द स्टोरेज पूल. सो इट इज रिमूव फ्रॉम द स्टोरेज पूल and is delivered in the form of transferring to the area where or the tissues where the iron is in need. Bonding of transferring with the receptors of the cell membrane in the erythroblast of the bone marrow is very strong, and it is ingested by the erythroblast and it is ingested in the erythroblast by endocytosis. Then by endocytosis, transferring directly delivers the iron into the mitochondria where heme is synthesized. So what we came to know in this part that in the cell cytoplasm the iron combines with a type of protein. जो आयरन है वो एक टाइप ऑफ प्रोटीन के साथ कॉम्बाइन करता है, उसका नाम है एपोफेरिटीन टू फॉर्म फेरिटीन. और एपोफेरिटीन का जो मोलिकुलर वेट है वो है 4,60,000. So varying quantities of iron in the form of iron radicals, they can combine with apoferritin, and as a result the ferritin may have large and small quantity of iron. The iron that is present in the ferritin is called storage iron. Small quantity of iron in the storage pool, जो storage pool है, some are extremely insoluble form, and that insoluble form is known as hemosiderin. Hemosiderin collects in the cells in the form of clusters, and जो clusters में cells में collect होता है hemosiderin, and वो लोग उसको हम लोग माइक्रोस्कोप में अच्छी तरह से देख सकते हैं. बट फेरिटिन पार्टिकल्स जो है वो स्मॉल है और डिस्पर्स है, मतलब स्प्रेड रहता है, dispersed here and there, and are usually seen in cell cytoplasm with the help of electron microscope. अच्छा, next point क्या है कि when the quantity of iron, जब हम लोग का शरीर में आयरन की कमी होता है, then in the plasma drops down, then some amount of iron from the storage pool is removed and is delivered to the area where the iron is in need in the form of transferrin. And bonding of transferrin with the receptor of the cell membrane in the erythroblast of the bone marrow is very strong, and it is ingested into the erythroblast by endocytosis. Transferrin directly delivers the iron into the mitochondria where heme is synthesized. Okay, where heme is synthesized. So after the destruction of the RBC, the hemoglobin is released and is ingested by monocyte macrophage cells. It is ingested by monocyte macrophage cells. The iron liberated, जो iron liberate होता है वहां से, is stored in the ferritin iron pool and is needed for future generation of the hemoglobin. Now let's come to the next point, that what is the daily loss of iron. The daily loss of iron is 0.6 milligram of iron, and it is lost every day mainly through feces. जो 0.6 मिलीग्राम ऑफ आयरन जो है वो एवरी डे जो हम लोग का फेकल मैटर है, जो वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट है जो हम लोग बॉडी से निकाल फेंकते हैं बा जो स्टूल के साथ, वो 0.6 milligram of iron is lost every day. Let's now discuss another topic, that is the lifespan of the RBC is about 120 days. So let's discuss regarding this topic. Then RBCs are delivered from the bone marrow into the circulatory system, and they circulate for the period of 120 days before being destroyed. That is, the RBC they are delivered into the circulatory system from the bone marrow, and they circulate in the whole inside the body for the period of only 120 days. before they are being destroyed. And these RBCs, they do not have mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, but they do have a cytoplasmic enzymes that are capable for metabolizing glucose and small amount of ATP. Acha. Then these cytoplasmic protein, what they maintain? They maintain pliability of the cell membrane transport of the ions, and keeps the iron of the cell hemoglobin in ferrous state rather than the ferric form, and prevent oxidation of protein in the red cells. So what this cytoplasmic protein, what they maintain? They maintain pliability of the cell membrane transport of ions, and keeps the iron of the cell hemoglobin in the ferrous form rather than the ferric form, and they prevent oxidation of protein in the red cells. Okay. Now, when the cell membrane of the RBC, when they become fragile, the cell rupture while passing through the tight spots of the circulatory system. There are some space inside the circulatory system which are known as tight spots, and when the cell membrane of the RBC, they become old and they become fragile, the cell, they rupture while passing through the tight spots. So some of the cell, they self-destruct itself in the spleen when they squeeze through the red pulp of the spleen. Some of the cells, they self-destruct, means they used to kill themselves, by themselves only, in the spleen when they squeeze through the red pulp of the spleen. The space between the structural trabeculae of the red pulp through which the most of the cells they pass is only 3 micrometer in diameter. Let's now discuss regarding the topic, that is absorption of iron from the intestinal tract. How the iron is absorbed from the intestinal tract. The liver secretes apotransferrin in the bile. The liver secretes apotransferrin in the bile and passes in the bile duct and to the duodenum. From the bile duct to the duodenum, the liver secretes apotransferrin in the bile, and it passes in the bile and passes from the bile duct to the duodenum. The transferrin, then it binds with free iron along with some certain iron compounds in the form of hemoglobin and myoglobin. That is, the transferrin, which is it combines with free iron along with certain iron compounds that in the form of hemoglobin and myoglobin. The transferrin binds with receptors in the membranes of the intestinal epithelial cells. Okay, the transferrin, what happened? It binds with the receptors present in the intestinal epithelial cells. The transferrin, along with its iron store, is absorbed in the intestinal epithelial cells and is released in the capillaries in the form of plasma transferrin. Iron absorption from the intestine is very slow, and only a few milligram of iron is absorbed per day. So what we came to know, that the liver secretes apotransferrin in the bile and it passes from the bile duct to the duodenum. The transferrin, then it binds with free iron and some certain iron compounds in the form of hemoglobin and myoglobin. The transferrin, then again it binds with the receptors present in the intestinal epithelial cells. The transferrin, along with its iron store, is absorbed in the intestinal epithelial cells and is released into the capillaries in the form of plasma transferrin. Then the iron absorption from the intestine, what we came to know, that iron absorption from the intestine is very slow and only a few milligram of iron is absorbed per day. Now let's come to the last content, that is destruction of hemoglobin. How the hemoglobin is destroyed in the human body. अच्छा, when the red blood cells burst, the hemoglobin that is released, it is phagocytosed. It is phagocytosed by the macrophage of the Kupffer cells, spleen and bone marrow. The macrophage release iron from hemoglobin into the blood to be carried by transferring either to the bone marrow for the production of new RBC or to the liver and other tissues for storage in the form of ferritin. The porphyrin portion of the hemoglobin is converted into bilirubin by macrophages and is released into the blood. So I hope my friends, आपको ये वीडियो बहुत ही बहुत प्रकार का जानकारी आपको उपलब्ध करेगी। और आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा आप लोग कमेंट सेक्शन में ज़रूर लिखिए। और जिन्होंने अभी तक इस मेरे YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है वो सब्सक्राइब कर लें, ताकि जो मोर एंड मोर जो डिस्कशन हम लोग फ्यूचर में करेंगे, ताकि आपको बहुत सारा जानकारी उससे प्राप्त हो सके। सो थैंक यू, and we will come again. I will come again in the part 5 of the topic regarding the physiology of blood. हम लोग पार्ट 5 पोर्शन लेके आऊँगा, वहाँ पे रिगार्डिंग सम अप्लाइड फिजियोलॉजी ऑफ ब्लड हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। थैंक यू।